Mellissae Lucia, and we're going to do a reading today with the Oracle of Initiation deck, my deck, about this Venus retrograde journey that we've been on. And this, I believe it's 40 days. This is where I don't get perfectionistic with astrology. I'm sort of big picture with astrology. I think it's 40 days, could have been 42, but I think it's 40. 40 days, basically predominantly in August of 2023, started at the end of July. It's going to turn direct at the beginning of September, but it still will have reverberations through the fall and early winter. And so any sort of a journey like this, you don't need to understand astrology to understand this, but the Venus retrograde has been something that I've been noticing in myself, in those around me, in the people that I work with. I've been noticing these themes that are coming up around the Venus retrograde. And what Venus retrograde, when you hear retrograde in astrology, what that means is that you're revisiting some patterns or some situations that you might want to shapeshift, that you might want to reframe or redo. And so in doing that, Venus is about how we love, what we value, what we prioritize. It's about our self-love. It's about our relationships. It's about how well we take care of ourselves. Watershed things, particularly coming out the other side of the last many years of the worldwide shutdown and all of those things. How we take care of ourselves and what decisions we're making and what our values are around prioritizing things. It's really different. I'd say it's really different. We've all been invited into something different. And so I haven't looked at these cards yet, but we have 3 different themes that we want to bring forth with the Venus retrograde that as I say, I've noticed with my clients and my colleagues and my friends and myself. So the 3 themes that I've noticed is about voice and about how much you're able to be yourself and have trust and authority in your creativity. So that's voice. And then value, like self-value and sense of feeling valued in the arenas that you've chosen. And then validation. And value and validation have some weavings together, but I would say that validation is more of how you get more externalized feedback and support and celebration, whereas value is more of how you are valuing yourself and how you are valuing having an internal sense, like this is your internal relationship with your sense of value and the values of what you're choosing. So I hope that made sense. And I've been seeing other people do this on Instagram, and I love this, so we're doing it. Okay, so the doll, so you have to choose one of these. Just instinctively, choose one right now. Okay, you chose, thank you. So this is gonna be your card in your reading for this. So this is, little girl is voice. Love this doll, by the way. Wooden toys, oh my God. And wooden toys that have been loved. Look at how open her crown chakra is. And her heart chakra too. So that's voice. Do you have the sense that you are able to say what you really want to say, make boundaries, be in your authority, and be creative and express that, however that looks? How are you expressing authentically? Values, your own sense of value, your own internal sense of the inner dialogue that you have, and also what are you prioritizing? What are you valuing? And I would say that your sense of internal value absolutely affects the choices and values and priorities that you're making in the outer world. So if you chose Spirit B, this is about value. And this is about validation. This is about how your journey in the world This is you moving through the muck. Are these the cutest things you've ever seen? These were my husband's. Oh, gosh, I love these things. But this is about your instinctive travels on the paths of life. And this is about how you're navigating your issues around feeling valued, wanted, respected, appreciated. Boy, have I been in a doozy on that one. I've been in a doozy on all of them. This one, I've been rocking. I've been setting boundaries. I've been saying what I really want to say. This is great. This has a big growth game in a certain area. And these two fit together for me is that I'm looking at where I think there's wound around external validation. And I think we all have it. We just have to figure out where it is and soothe it. Okay, so you chose one. So let's see what cards go with this then. Okay, so voice. Oh. So we got Artemis. This is 15 discovery in the Oracle of Initiation. So Artemis is this amazing ally for you claiming your voice because she is this sovereign goddess of the wilds who runs through the forest with her bow and arrow. She's the ally of the animals. She initiates the young girls. So I would say if you're watching this, your inner child, inner adolescent, that part of you that when you're really forming and figuring out who you are and who you aren't, and I'd say feeling very vulnerable because you feel things so strongly, Artemis is the one who's going to guide you seamlessly through that. Artemis is the one who is going to say, come back to nature, come back to your wild self, rewild yourself, and have that sweetness and that connection that you had with nature and with the elemental world. And come into your body. Come into your body. And when you have that clarity and that presence that comes from being in your body and feeling cleansed and clear and inspired by nature, you're going to really have more access to this authority and this voice and these inspirations that can come. So his voice, thank you. Okay, Spirit Bee. Did you choose Spirit Bee? Oh, wow, really nice. 59 expansion, Merlin. So Merlin is the guardian. So when I'm speaking of Artemis, when I'm speaking of Merlin in the Oracle of Initiation book, there are cross-cultural guardians who came through for each of these painted body images. And so Artemis said she'd come through for this. This is Merlin. This is the incredible access to the cosmic energy of all that is. And so this is about internal values. So this is about where you trust yourself. Merlin's playing with us. Where you trust yourself to go more ecstatic. Where you trust that Venus embodiment and erotic energy. And when I say the erotic, sex is like a tiny, tiny, tiny piece. The erotic is about vitality. It's about life force. It's about being truly alive. So can we unplug from the puritanical, simplistic ideas that that the erotic is just about sexual intercourse, because it's not, and it doesn't. This is an inside job. This is about your ability to tap into energy that nourishes you and revitalizes you, and that's where the magic happens. That's where this card is really great turned upside down, because this is like the spirit power. See that line? And then see how those energies here, like you're earthing this onto the earth plane. You're bringing these things that come from this powerful void of all that is, and you're channeling them down to the earth plane. Merlin liked that. So if you pick Spirit Bee, how are you opening your channels during this Venus retrograde time? How are you valuing and trusting your creative voice and the visions that want to come through you, and the sometimes unorthodox ideas and opportunities that you might follow to bring really visionary things through. Okay, validation. So this is back to, I would say, more of how you feel that you interface with others around value. So 34, listening. So look at that energy coming off. Look at that pure source magic energy that's coming off of this card. So this is Pan. This is the energy of voice that hasn't been bastardized, that hasn't been corrupted. Because Pan is the wild one. It's interesting. Aphrodite and Pan, there's a song, "Oh Aphrodite and Pan, are you listening? Oh Aphrodite and Pan, are you there?" by Kellyona, about them frolicking in the woods together. But so Pan is a Greco-Roman deity of the merging of the wild and the human. But there's also a piece about the voice gone rogue and gone negative, gone destructive, because Pan was shunned by, I'm trying to remember the name, one of the elemental beings. She didn't want to be lovers with him. And so he, Echo, so he attacked her. He basically took her voice away because he was so frustrated that he wasn't going to get what he wanted. And so this is a really interesting concept to bring up with this external sense of energies about this echo, these echo chambers. Lorna Bevan, she's on Instagram and Facebook, amazing astrologer from England. She's been talking for some years about echo chambers, and I love that term. Thank you, Lorna. And echo chambers are the people that are around you that are mirroring back who you are. It's absolutely essential these days that you have people who support you and want the best for you. And if you don't, I suggest you start praying, non-denominational praying, to help you have people who are more nourishing and supportive and mirrors that will help you to become your most authentic self. And so Pan, with these echo chambers, with him taking away, it's back to the voice. We've got like this circuit that's happening here, is when he took away her voice, there was this piece about what I suggest the read on this is this: what are the untrue messages that are echoing out of you, that are bouncing off of others, that need to come into resonance and be more authentic with who you are? It seems to be a very strong calling to the natural world. This can be a plant in your house. You can bond with a plant in your house. You can bond with the tree on your street. You don't have to go into the back 40. You might want to, I want to. You can walk along the ocean if you live in the ocean. This doesn't have to be something that's majorly out of your time flow and life flow. This can be something that's in the realm that you live in. Even if you're in the biggest cities, there's always natural life there somewhere. Look for it. But so this is this question about, with the validation, with the external sense of feeling respected and desired and appreciated, we want to be careful where we're looking for that appreciation. We want to be careful about where we are asking for someone to mirror us back, because if that person who's mirroring us back is not very confident or courageous within themselves, they're going to have a hard time with us breaking out into new opportunities, and they're going to be trying to keep us in a way that doesn't mirror back their insecurities. So please look at the echo chambers around you. Look at the people who are around you. There was this great Will Smith video that he said, like, look at the last 5 texts that you have. Are those people supporting you? And if they're not, figure out how to have some distance. So what an amazing reading for Venus retrograde. We had Artemis, we have Merlin, and we have Pan. And we have Pan, did I say the card? 34, listening. What are you listening to? And what are you being fed with? And what communities are you in? And are they mirroring back your most authentic power? Happy Venus retrograde. Mellissae Lucia, Oracle of Initiation.